was just talking a little bit about ago. He was asked about Elyiss Williams, said that you and Lawson both kind of have taken a little bit of ownership, I guess, in his development. Could you kind of elaborate on that a little bit? How are you guys trying to work with him and kind of get him to the point he is right now?
Yeah, just coming in as a freshman. I mean, it's super hard to, just get that offense all figured out. You can't really do it on your own. Darnell and Brock really helped me when I was a freshman, and I just feel like it's my turn to kind of hand it down. And Elyiss he's got so much potential, and he's going to be really, really good for a really, really long time. So just being able for him to go out on that field on Saturday as a freshman and make the plays that he made was huge, and I'm super proud of him. He's just getting started. But when he really gets everything figured out and can play at his full speed, he's going to be really, really dangerous. So I'm really proud of Elyiss and what he's been doing and the work he's been putting in, and he's going to be a really special player.
Oscar, tell me about your touchdown catch on Saturday, just what you remember about that play and what it meant to you to get back in the end zone.
Yeah, I just kind of slipped out into space and had Lawson and Noah blocking for me and just one guy to beat, so I knew I had to score. So it was a great play call from Coach Bobo, just the way that they were lined up on defense and, just how it worked out. So good blocking from those two guys to kind of spring me my first one for the year, so I was excited.
Yeah, the play where Lawson gets hurt, obviously a very scary moment. Just as a teammate of his, as someone who's obviously very close with Lawson, what's going through your mind in the moments after that, knowing, okay, I want to check and make sure Lawson's okay, but at the next couple plays, you're going to have to go over the middle, and you might get a ball thrown your way just like that.
Yeah, I just immediately went up to our team chaplain, and we prayed for him on the field along with some other players. So, really just the only thing I was thinking about was just him and his safety and just hope he's be okay. And, they told me he was moving on the field and everything was all good, so that kind of relieved me a little bit. But, it looked like a scary hit on the field. Had a good view of it, so just praying for him and hoping he was okay. Aside from that, just, you never really go in the game thinking you can't think about getting hurt or you're going to get hurt. So you just kind of go in there, do your job, play, do what you're supposed to do. And, when you start thinking about things and other players getting hurt, it affects you. And I think that's the number one reason for players getting hurt is playing cautious. So.
Yeah, to kind of follow up on that, how relieved were you guys to see him back on the sideline in the second half and just kind of obviously not going back in the game, but on the sideline kind of hanging out with all you guys there in the second half? Yeah,
it was huge. Right when he came out there, I talked to him for a little bit, and, he was back to himself. So I was really relieved. He was all good, and nothing was more serious than we thought. So, it was a scary play, and we prayed for him, and we're still praying for him. So,
Oscar, after the game, Coach Smart had mentioned the video that he showed you guys about, playing on Saturday mornings. And I'm curious, what did that mean to you, and kind of how often do you get those kind of surprises like that before games?
Yeah, it was huge. Coach Smart always kind of tries to bring a different thing for each theme of the week, depending on the game and the situation we're playing. So no one was expecting it. I actually had two of my middle school coaches kind of up there talking on the video, so it was super emotional. I teared up a little bit, but just, those are the guys who really helped me fall in love with football and love it at a young age, and it really just kind of opened my eyes up. And this is another one of those games, one of those morning games where you're playing for the love of the game. So, we woke up, got on a bus, went over there and played, and it was a ton of fun. So I'm glad that we all got to experience that together, and just to see other people's families talking about them in that team meeting was super special, and it was an emotional video, so it was good.
Can you think of other things that you guys have seen like that or have before games that kind of a little wrinkle?
It's all different. We've got Drew Brandon works with our team, and he's a speaker for us, and he shares a lot of different stories for us depending on the theme of the week, and they get us fired up and get us going good, but it's really just completely different every week.
Two things. What was after the touchdown? Were you enjoying? Were you talking to some fans? What was going on there?
No, I was just talking to the cameras. One of their players on their team were talking about who the real Bulldogs were, so I was just kind of trying to let them know
that. And the other thing is, you guys went to Austin last year. You played them in Atlanta. What's it going to be like to have them here and, kind of two name brands, Georgia, Texas, that, have great history? What do you make of having them in Athens?
Yeah, it's huge. It's going to be super fun. I know the city's going to be rocking. Our fans are going to show up. We're going to show up. And we know what kind of game it's going to be. It's going to be like the last two. It's going to be a physical game. Who can run the ball, who can stop the run. So we're excited for that. And it's one of the big things we worked on this offseason was running the ball and just being physical. So we know they got a good team. They got a physical defense. I think we got a physical offense, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oscar, you played in a lot of big games. I guess all the way back to that Ohio State game, you got plugged in there, and this is yet another marquee opportunity under the lights. How is different? You mentioned the morning game. Now you're in a marquee position under the lights and national television. Just how is that different for you? How do you approach it at this stage of your career versus going all the way back when you were a freshman getting plugged in?
Yeah, I mean, you got to approach every game the same in this league. I mean, just playing at Georgia, you know, you're going to get every team's best shot. I mean, don't matter who we're playing, we're the game of the year. So I think don't matter who we're playing, it's a big game just because we're out there. So I mean, we've got the team, got the players. I think everyone understands like what the magnitude is of every game you play, especially one like this weekend. So we're super excited to get out there and play. Don't matter who we're playing. Everyone on our team approaches it the exact same throughout every day in practice and throughout the game. So.
You had the long touchdown by Nate on Saturday. He gets in the end zone. The world is celebrating Nate Frazier. I look over at Kirby Smart. He's pointing at you about your block. What does it mean to have the head coach celebrate you in that moment? Because blocking is such a selfless thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. Coach Smart knows everything that's going on the field, so he sees, you know, one guy score and then sees another guy affect the play, and he gets super excited for it. So, I mean, he's a great coach. Can't be more blessed than to play for someone like that. So it's huge to, you know, have your coach come up to you and just kind of talk to you about the little things like that because we know how important they are as an offense. And, you know, Nate came up to me and was super happy and excited that I made that block also, and I was excited that he made a 70-yard touchdown run. So, you know, it's just all love on that field for every guy out there.
Yeah, the last time Georgia plays Texas, Gunner played a big part in that game, comes in, you know, helps lead you guys to a victory there. There's been a lot of talk about just the energy that he provided to you guys that day. What was that like in the moment when he goes in there and it's Gunner's time now to sort of help Georgia win an SEC championship?
Yeah, I mean, it was huge. You know, everyone on the team knows what kind of guy Gunner is, and we all love him. I don't think you can find a single guy in that locker room or in this organization that would want anyone different leading our team. So just the way that he prepares for every game and how he puts his body on the line every play makes you want to go an extra inch for him. So just to have a guy like that out there, and last year when he got his time to go out there and make plays, we were all super excited. So I think it's been like that for every game this year as well.
Texas comes into this game as one of the best defenses in terms of stopping the run. What is it going to take for you guys to be able to run on this Texas defense? Yeah,
I mean, we got to play Georgia football. It starts with practice every day this week. You know, we're a physical team. We got to play physical. We got to execute. Just everyone be on the same page, do our jobs. But it's really just going to come down to physicality and strain.
Oscar, you'll probably say all of them, but when I ask you about the offensive line, who's the heart and soul of that group? Could you pick somebody out with that?
Yeah, I mean, they really are all their own guy, and they all have their own moments. But I think Drew really does a good job of leading those guys and just getting everyone fired up and everyone on the same page. And you know, that's what you want from your center. He's a vocal guy. He knows how to kind of approach each guy in that room in their own way, just because he's so close with all of them. So I think he does a great job. And our whole O-line, you know, they all got their moments where they're up there leading and, you know, bringing another guy with them. But I think Drew's really the one who can kind of rally that room.
He wasn't trying to put the super glue on that finger, was he? To try to
I don't even know what happened, but he was ready to go back out there. So he's good.
Yeah, we got to see a lot more of Jaden Reddell the other day after Lawson got hurt. Just what has his progression been like throughout this year and his second year in the program?
Yeah, I mean, that guy's a freak also. I mean, he's one of the fastest guys on our team, and he's 245 pounds. So just to, you know, be able to work out with him in the offseason, just see him and his growth from last year, this year's huge. And, you know, he's a really special player. He's super blessed physically and mentally. You know, just he's going to do his job when you put him out there, and he's going to do it to his best ability. So I'm excited for him. He's going to make a lot of plays for this team, and he's going to be a really good player.
You have time for one more?
Yep, Oscar, everybody makes a big deal out of one team having a bye week. You guys played a game, but the way you played, do you feel like there was an advantage to what you left Starkville with and the way this team's playing right now versus a team that maybe didn't play Saturday?
I mean, yeah, I mean, we all went out there and, you know, we put some stuff that we're proud of on tape, and we're going to go watch that, and I think we're going to, you know, build off of it. So, you know, having a win like that in Starkville was huge to get back, you know, get some recovery yesterday and just, you know, break all the film down and go over it. But, you know, we're not really worried about what they're doing or what they did last week. We're just focusing on today and tomorrow. So.
Thank you, Oscar.
Thank you.
Oscar.